Hey y'all, hey, it is friendly admin Danielle Patterson here. We have not gone live in a while because there's been a lot going on behind the scenes. So we decided we needed to come to you all so that we've got so many new people, and the new people need to know, what is the group all about? What are we doing here? How can we help? What can we learn? So here we go. This is why we're doing this. Me and admin Jess are here giving folks, hey, Regina Smith, thank you for tuning in, trying to give you guys some time to let the folks get in because usually we schedule the lives, but we had not been able to get that done because, again, a lot has been going on. How you feeling, Regina? I only catch you sometimes, and it seems like some days the warrior is a little bit stronger than others, but we love you, and I hope that you are doing very, very well. Hey, Jess.
Hey.
So, so we decided to do this today because, like, we've got almost 600 new members.
Yes. Yes.
And we consider ourselves a big family here. And you know what? I think this leg thing they were talking about is happening. Do you see it?
I do see it.
Yep.
I see it for you.
You do. Turn your appearance thing off. Turn your appearance thing off because they said they're updating stuff. So turn your appearance thing off.
Well.
So I guess y'all get to see. Yeah, there you go. It stopped. So turn your appearance thing off. Sorry. We were trying to look a little bit better for you. But we are also making sure that we test everything because we got big stuff coming up. And we got to make sure that we don't have any of those tech issues and things when we get to the big stuff. Anthony Bacon is watching. How you doing? Yeah, we got a couple people on, and I know it's hard in the middle of the day. We got some folks on YouTube. Hey y'all, hey. Make sure you're commenting, liking, and sharing. So we decided to come to you today because we got all these new people, and we learned that you all don't really necessarily know about our group. Like, we're a fragrance group. You know what a fragrance group is, but you don't know what our idea of a fragrance group is. Very specifically, we were born of an idea that the four original admins, myself, Jess, Justin, the other olfactory outlaw, and Sharva I never get his name right, Vasavada. Like, I can't just say it like, I know it, and I sound out. Huh?
I said, say it 3 times fast.
Vasavada. There you go. Then I get it. I'm like, wait a minute. That we all actually went to an event back in December of 2024 and called Scent Explore. And tickets for Scent Explore coming up fast. It's almost August, y'all. I know. So Scent Explore is the largest in the US, right? Yeah. It's the largest in the US. It is a fragrance convention where the vendors come, the perfumers come, you'll get new lines, you'll meet the influencers. Like, it's a lot of fun. It's exhausting. And we all attended last year. It's exhausting. We were so tired.
Yeah. Things they don't tell you, wear comfortable shoes, bring snacks.
Oh, it's the bring snacks part, because we were like, yeah, it's the bring snacks part. Hey, Michaela, how you doing, darling? Oh, wait a minute. Ciao in Italy. Is that hello or is that goodbye?
Ciao. Yeah.
Okay, ciao. I'm working on it because allegedly I'm supposed to be trying to learn some Italian before I get there, because that's one of the things we're going to talk about. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we were newbies at Scent Explore, and we were newbies together and had the time of our lives. But said, in FraidCom, because we were all members of FraidCom before that event, we just felt like there was a void. And the void really was education and community.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you could find sales all day long.
I was going to say, you can find a deal. You can find a deal on anything that you want to find. But how do you know what you're looking for other than the newest hype train, the newest, TikTok trend, the newest influencer hype train? How do you decide if it's an influencer that you trust or one that just got some PR? Like, how do you know what their nose is? How do you find some people that have similar scent profiles to you? A lot is going on,
Or
and
can you
also,
just ask a question and
yes,
lambaste it
yes.
for asking a question?
So many times I've asked a question and been berated. And I think y'all done got to learn, admin Danielle, I don't have no cure for the fever, as they would say in, old folks down south language. So, I cuss you out, very professionally. All my lawyer words come, but you done got cussed out, but a lot of people, it turns them off. And then they don't feel confident, they don't feel comfortable, they just don't want to say anything else. And if that's you, like you get, and the other thing is, even if you don't feel comfortable, it just turns you off. You don't want to be a part of that community.
Right.
So we said we wanted to do things a little bit differently. And out of that, Aroma Affair was born. So she was born out of what we wished we were greeted with when we joined FragrCom. And for FragrCom, just in case you guys don't know, because you're new, FragrCom is just the fragrance community. The fragrance community is large. It is international. It is niche. It is Middle Eastern. It is designer. It is dupes. It's, it's body oils. It's bath products. It's basically the fragrance community is anything that has an olfactory, aspect to it. Some of the groups, they focus on body care. Some focused on facial skincare. Some focus on, layering. Others only want to talk about Black perfumers. Other ones only want to talk about inexpensive perfumery. So, it's all across the gambit. Some people want privé designer, and we're going to tell you what that is, just in case you don't know. Some people want, accessible design. People want everything. They want everything. And if it's not the stuff that you can really walk into Macy's and get, you're confused.
I knew nothing. I knew nothing before this journey, and everything I've learned in the short time that I've been in this community is crazy. I feel like I should have some sort of certificate on my wall now that I have been to some sort of crazy school, like I was a Parisian perfumer with all the stuff that I've had to learn. But we don't want you to feel that way.
And just an example of how much there is to learn. Fumi Monet, who is a they call her the mother of Frag Top, which is, fragrance TikTok, because she was like the first one to kind of really do that back in 2020 during the pandemic. She is just now packing to go to perfume training. She's just now, 5 years later, literally, if you look on her page, she's talking about going to France to learn about her nose. So there's the point of that is that don't ever feel like you are too late coming to the game, because this is somebody who's been in the game 5 years that we know of, who is just now trying to learn to train her nose. And that's not a negative thing. That just means that she's continuing to grow. But I just give you that example to say, hey, we're all kind of in this together.
Absolutely.
We're definitely all in this together. So one of the things that we do is, so first let me tell you how I met Jess from Olfactory Outlaws, because I was exactly there. So I have been collecting niche since 1991. I am so old. But the reason I was collecting niche since 1991, and I have told this story multiple times in the group, is because my mother had severe allergies. And so we had a fragrance-free house. So like I had Jovan Musk and white linen, and that was pretty much all I was allowed to wear because she was allergic to, like, we all smelled like laundry. Which also I just thought about might be why I don't like the clean scents now. Never thought about that, because that's all I could wear. So it's all I could wear until literally I was 16 years old. That was all that we had in the house. My father was only allowed to wear like 2 fragrances. And like if you brought one home, she would just throw it out. And if you came to her house, she would smell you and then put you out. This happened to my sister Lena. Like, you got to go. And she just thought that, because it was a stepmom situation, that it was like she's being and my father had to be like, no, she's really allergic to you. So you can go and try to wipe that off. So that's how we also learned that alcohol wipes will take the fragrance off. So, makeup wipes too. But anyway, so what happened was our mother, she was at a meeting, and this man smelled amazing. And she found that she was not sneezing and coughing and things. And she would always smell him. She was just like, then he suggested that you go see his salesperson, Zara. And I inherited Zara. Just an example, Zara is still at the Saks in Bala Cynwyd. If anybody's in the Philadelphia area, I tell you to go see Z. Amazing. And so what we determined is that our mom was not necessarily allergic to fragrance per se. She was more allergic to the synthetic additives that were being put in a lot of designer fragrances so that they can make them less expensively, so that they can mass produce them. And that's not a bad thing. So the stuff that she was allergic to was all the stuff at the fragrance counter. It just was. But she went into Saks, and Z introduced her to Creed. And mom fell in love. And I mean, I think a bottle of Creed was $300. That was 1991. So actually, it hasn't really risen in price that much if you really consider that she's paying $300 in 1991. And now they're like $500 and it's 2025. So that's really not that bad if you consider how inflation is going, right? Because a tube of lipstick used to be $12 and now they're $60. So there's that. Anyway, they are. So, and of course I was with her. So our mom, not to, leave me on the wayside, she also got me a bottle of Creed. And so, I had a signature Creed scent and I wore it all the time. And then when I graduated and went to college, that was when Virgin Island water came out. And that became my signature scent. And my dad was a green Irish tweed man.
Love that one.
And Silver Mountain Spring. I think that was it. Is that Silver Spring Mountain, something like that?
Water, Silver Mountain Spring.
Mountain Water. Silver Mountain Water? Something like that.
Something like
I don't know. Something I forgot. And I can look at it because I still have a bottle of his signature scent. Oh. And then when I was in college, Creed, something happened to them that we've seen a lot in Fragcom. And this is the reason I'm kind of telling you the story, because you're going to learn a lot about houses that split and all those kind of things. So the perfumer from Creed left and started his own line. And that is Bond Number 9. And the idea behind Bond Number 9 was to be younger and fresher, because back then Creed came out with like one launch a year. That was it. This is what you're going to get. And it was we've been around since the 1700s, and we know we are the perfume of royalty, and this is what you're going to get. Meanwhile, Bond was like, we're going to launch 2 every season. And I mean, the consumer in me was excited, but also our mother felt like it was young hip, because that's what it was. They were making like Andy Warhol. Yes, I still have original bottles of Andy Warhol because it's my mom's signature scent. And she fell in love with Scent of Peace. My signature actually became West Side, and I West Sided everybody to death. Okay. That was just, I mean, I still own a bottle of West Side, and you can just pull her out whenever, because that was like the original spicy, jazzy, sexy scent. And that is where my descent into fragrance started. But I was still only shopping at Saks. That's where I was going. Not even Neiman Marcus, because that's too far away. Like, we had one, but why drive 30 minutes when I can drive 6? Because I was always at Lord & Taylor, and they were next to each other in Philadelphia. So that's just, where we were all the time. And that is how I really started into the niche fragrance. And it's also kind of why I never really had designers, because people are always asking, they're like, where are the designers? You don't have any designers. It's not because I don't like them, because designers are designer for a reason, mass appealing, especially when you start talking about the Privé lines. But because our mother was allergic to everything, it just became, I'm not allergic to this, and so this is what you wear. So how about you, Jess? How'd you get started?
Oh, I don't have a story like that. My story is almost the opposite. I came from a very, very poor family. We didn't have money for things like Saks and Lord and Taylor and Neiman Marcus and all those things. I was a Bath and Body girl through and through, and I had to use my baby.
Child, I wanted me some cucumber melon so bad, and I sprayed that. Like, I had my first little boyfriend, when I was like 16, bought me. I think that was when that and pear gelato first came out. Because again, I'm old, and he bought it for me for like Christmas, and I sprayed it, and our mother threw it out.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I loved it. I loved it.
I had to spend my babysitting money on Bath and Body, so Juniper Breeze, Freesia, cucumber melon, and then I'd go over to like Wet Seal and get like the 5-button bongo shorts. And yeah, I mean, I would get them on clearance. I could spend like 10 or 15 bucks at the Wet Seal, and I had my like little fit, and I would be smelling like you're supposed to smell when you're, a teenager. But I couldn't go.
Meanwhile, I was out here smelling like your mom.
Yeah, my mom didn't do fragrance either, and she still really doesn't. She's got like a Trish McEvoy scent, and she had like Elizabeth Arden Red Door. Those were the two things.
Oh, come on. Oh, did I ever tell you my Red Door story?
Maybe.
So I went to a boarding high school, y'all, in Massachusetts. That is, of course, it was predominantly white. So, and I don't know if y'all, like, black girls didn't wear makeup back then. Like, it was always, you don't need it, you don't need it, you don't need it, because black don't crack. You don't need it, you don't need it. But I went to a predominantly white school, and all the girls wore makeup. Now, I was also a model, so I wore makeup for modeling, but not like in real life, right? But they were always in makeup. And our mother came up to the school like for my 14th birthday. And she's looking and everybody has all this makeup on. And she was like, you will not be walking around here looking like Homie the Clown. A reference, that's right, to Living Color. Because, of course, I was surrounded by, white girls. So they all had bright blue eyeshadow and bright green eyeshadow. And it was cute on them. And our mother was like, no, please no. So my birthday, that was at Christmas. So my birthday gift the next year, a month later, was my grandmother and my grandfather paid for a weekend in New York City. And my dad paid for a spa day for all three ladies. So me and my mom and my grandma to go to the Red Door Salon for facials. And that is when they gave me a whole makeover and taught me how to use skincare and how to wear makeup. And I got two blushes, two packs. So one for day and one for night. I got blush, and it was mousse. They used to make it in a mousse. And it's crazy because they back to this mousse again. It was mousse blush, but I mean, that's the first mousse blush. And I was not allowed to wear lipstick because lipstick is sexy. So gloss was a new thing back in the 90s. I don't know if y'all know, gloss was new in the 90s. That that was not clear, not Bonnie Bell smackers. So I got a light pink lip gloss and like a dark tan lip gloss, because that's when all the black ladies all wore spiced maple. That was their color from like Estee Lauder. And that was it, because it's too sexy and grown to wear red. You can't have, and I was not allowed to wear red lipstick until my senior prom. So lipstick was 16 and red was 18.
So I wasn't allowed to wear eyeliner until I was 18. I was allowed to wear lip gloss at 14, and I snuck. I mean, I obviously snuck everything. And I would come home and I'd have, like the raccoon eyes from the pencil.
Because you can never get it all the way off, right?
I mean, I would scrub, and she's like, oh, you're grounded. And I'm like, why? You're wearing makeup. I told you no makeup. I'm like, I'm not wearing no makeup. Anyway, yeah. So my mom, she wore Red Door. She had her blue triangle, Liz Claiborne. And then when she was feeling fancy, her best friend, who had a little bit more money, than her, on her day, she got her Trish McEvoy. I don't know if it was number 3 or number 9. I think it's Snowdrops or something. I'd have to look.
That was beautiful. It was so fresh air, so clean. It was beautiful.
Yes. So that was my mom's I'm doing something fancy. And so
And I gotta say hi. We got some men watching. I know they like, why are we talking about lipstick and
yeah,
whatever?
I mean, we can not do all
We're going,
that.
but I just got to say, hey to Michael Christopher, our wonderful educator. I have watched his entire journey, educating himself and moving back and forth, do what he did for his family. So I am always excited to catch you online. Of course, Laura Merritt is here because you know that's her. You know, she's always here supporting. So I just got to say hey to the two of them as well. And Michaela's still hanging on. I know she's like, what are they doing? Because we're going to get to you too. But anyway.
Hey, Michaela, I got my red lips on for you. Michaela.
Oh my gosh, she is like so unintentionally, effortlessly hot.
And she had her red lips on in her story. So
yes. Yeah. But Michaela, I just want you are really hot. I don't know if that translates well. Very, very sexy. Not attractive, sexy. It's just so hot. Like I be like, you go, girl. Every time I see you, I be like, that's right. Show them how you do it, girl. And none of that translates, but you see my attitude says go, girl. Anyway, so anyway, so that's how we kind of got started in perfumery. And then you were saying how you were first introduced to the niche stuff.
Yeah, so I met Justin, who is my partner. He's the other olfactory outlaw, and we started hanging out, and he took me to all these places, Saks and Nordstrom and Neiman, all places I had never, ever gone into before. And straight up imposter syndrome. I didn't feel like I belonged there. I felt like Julia Roberts in Pretty Woman when she was like on Rodeo Drive for the very first time. I don't remember what I was wearing the first time I walked in, but I definitely did not belong. And it was one of those things that I just was like, what am I doing here? But anyway, I saw this guy drop a ridiculous, ungodly foreseen amount of money in 3 months.
At that time, do you still think it's ungodly and unforeseen?
Yes, because it was all retail.
Oh, yeah, okay, I got you. And hey, Sadiqa, we see you, girl. Hey, I know now look, I know that's our hard-working postal worker, so I know she's stopping in on her time off.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I saw him spend all this money, and I was having heart palpitations every single time we'd leave the store. And I finally was like, listen, if you're going to keep on collecting, maybe there's a way for you to offset some of this cost, because I just couldn't imagine. I'm like, I'm sure there's other people that do the same thing. Maybe y'all can trade out. So you can give off a little sum because you're never going to wear everything you have. Maybe they can trade, so that's where Justin wasn't on social media at all that time. So I found all these Facebook groups and I started joining and just watching and seeing like all the stuff that happens in here. And so I was like, oh yeah, we could totally get rid of like snack sizes or travel sizes from your collection, just as a way for you to then take that money and then go buy more stuff. And that's how we kind of started. And then it kind of just blew up. We realized very quickly that we were drawn to things that a lot of other people weren't drawn to. And so when it came to like trying to trade, people hadn't even heard of much of what we had to trade. And so there was a lot of, education that had to happen. Like, oh no, like our stuff came literally like from France. Like we just got it there, or our stuff literally just came from Italy. Like this is a brand new house, and so that morphed. And then I met Danielle, and you can tell them how we met.
So that's the reason I was telling you about how long I've been collecting. So I have a very extensive collection of old Creed, old Bond, old Tom Ford, that most people are like, wait a minute. I didn't even know. So how that got started, how I first got introduced to the groups was our friend Kyle Kirkland, who's in the group. He was looking for something. And I said, oh, I have a bottle of that. And it was Creed Love in Black. And he was like, how? And I'm like, I've got a bottle of that. I even told him, I said it was released in 2009. I got it actually to commemorate Michael Jackson's death. This is how I got it. Like, I remember, I was so depressed when Michael Jackson died that my dad was afraid to tell me, like, because I was home from work. Like, I was the biggest fan. And so I was home. It was, hot August night. And my dad called me and he's like, where are you? And I'm like, I'm at home. And he's like, are you by yourself? He's like, why don't you get up and come around? I'm cooking dinner. And I'm like, what do you say? He said, no, come right now. Just come right now. And again, this is before like Facebook was big and like all the news was breaking everywhere. So he's like, just come right now. Don't turn on TV, whatever. Just come right on around. And he knew I only listened to like Sirius XM, like the Groove. So I was never going to get it there. So I get around the corner and my father and my mother are sitting there like, like my grandfather died. Okay. And they were like, we just wanted to make sure you weren't alone. We just wanted you to know that Michael Jackson died. The way I fell out and started hollering, you would have thought that my grandfather died. Okay. And it was just, and I was unconsolable. And so my mother consoled me with what she always consoled me with is, let's go shopping. So 2 Saks, we went.
Oh my God.
And we see Z, and Love in Black had just been introduced. And Love in White was my mother's signature, was her signature creed scent at that point. So she bought me Love in Black because it just came out to commemorate that. And then I had a boyfriend who thought that it was like my signature scent, but it wasn't. I didn't even like the fragrance. So he bought one too, because he saw it when he came over. He's like, she must wear this all the time, because my perfume have always been kept in a closet, because I was told that's where you keep them from Z. So if there's like one bottle sitting out, he thought that's what I smelled like all the time. So he was buying me some more. So I just had a bottle that had never been opened and it was just sitting there. And so Kyle, I was like, well, I can just give you this. And literally I gave it. He's like, I can't let you give me this. And I'm like, why can't I? Like, here you go. I'm never going to use it. It's not even open. I don't care. You can have it. And then found out it was like a $600 bottle because it was from the initial formulation year and it had been reformulated twice and everybody was looking for it. And I was like, oh, snap. No clue. So I had all these vintage bottles because our mom, again, had collected so much. My dad. And so you don't know, but I am fully an orphan. My entire family in that line is deceased. And even one of my sisters is. So I have one sister left. And my 2 foster brothers, my 2 adopted brothers. So I have everybody's vintage everything. The vintage Shalimar, the vintage, and so then I found out they had value and that you could trade for them and things. But I was like, I want to learn about this new niche. Like, I want to learn about new niche. But I also felt like because I kind of inherited everybody's fragrance, that I was all over the place and had no scent profile. And Jess was talking about her concierge service. And this was new to the groups then. I know quite a few people are actually like doing it, but this is definitely one of those, if you do something well, somebody else is going to copy. And I'm going to tell you, y'all talking to the original and best right now, because back when she started doing this, I met her in March of 2024 and found out that I was one of her first customers. I didn't even know it because she was so knowledgeable to put so much work into this. And the reason I had really taken note was because there was this fragrance called Cirque du Soleil. And everybody was talking about it. But she had already sent it to me in February for my birthday as a part of one of those kits, like one of those discovery kits, when we were trying to talk about our scent profile. Because I really thought I was a gourmand girly back then. And I think you all know I am not a gourmand girly. But because everybody was talking about, I was like buying gourmands. Like I was in every group order to Amiris. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. I was really trying to figure it out. I am not a gourmand girly. I am not. But anyway, but I love this Cirque du Soleil. But what we learned is that I like a very sophisticated marshmallow, which is really just a creamy vanilla, more so than the cotton candy kind of marshmallow, which is what was so popular right then, which is why I was buying like Tres Jolet and, what was it, Aqua Marshmallow, whatever. And I didn't like any of them. I decluttered all of them, birthday cake, all the ones y'all know because y'all see them. And in that second packing, at the end of February, she sent me this new line she was trying to get people interested in, which was Goldfield and Banks. And she introduced me to Sunset Hour, Bohemian Line, Pacific Rock Malt. So it was like a 5-pack. It was the Island Lush.
And Ingenious Ginger.
No, I had the Ombre. Isn't there an Ombre one?
No, that's the Histories. No,
okay, so Ingenious Ginger. So because it was a 5-pack. But no, something was coming out new. Or maybe I did the 4-pack and we switched it out.
So we started off with a 3-pack, which was Pacific Rock Moss, the Bohemian Lime, and Ingenious Ginger, because it was summer. It was supposed to be freshies, and I was trying to get everybody. This was in April, and I was trying to get everybody interested. But I love Sunset Hour. It was a little bit sweeter, a little bit more, in my mind then, it was a little bit more feminine leaning. And then we had gotten Island Lush, which was new. And so I did a 5-pack for you, and those were the first 5.
So I fell in love with, my scent profile was really the Pacific Rock Moss.
Mm-hmm.
That was the one, and she's actually the one that's actually on my dresser, not just on my display, on my dresser, the one in front of my mirror, because I just reach for her constantly. Was very easy to wear that summer, and then Jess and I were talking about our travels, and we became travel partners. Yes, we are travel agents as well, and we specialize in international travel, not so much domestic, although we will do it. And we just specialize in groups. So we've got that group going with the cruise. So anyway, the travel agency was having their convention. Jess was new to the company. We decided to go to the convention, and this person I've only ever talked to on Facebook invited me to come stay at her house. People were like, "Aren't you afraid you're gonna get kidnapped?" I don't know. We was out here doing anything.
It still gets me every single time you say that. Like for real, like I could kidnap you. I mean, people
but I mean, come on, it is kind of weird. What are other people that I was just
walking together?
But it's like you meet this person on Facebook, literally on Facebook. The times have changed, right? Because we were told don't talk to strangers. Now it's like stranger from the internet. Yeah, I'm gonna just go stay with them for a week, and I'll be back.
Yeah.
And we had the time of our lives. Okay, we had so much fun. Even just to drive down to Orlando. And when we met up with my child Angelica, she met us down in Orlando. We had so much fun smelling everything in that Justin had to offer. It's 300 bottles. I had nose fatigue, olfactory fatigue. And then we decided to when we got to Orlando, well, we're here, we might as well go to then smell some more. So off Neiman Marcus. And that is when I fell in love with Sparkling Joe. That was my first Wilhelm. And then fast forward, and here we are. So what we wanted to do was to give that concierge experience from the Olfactory Outlaws as a group too, right? So that level of access to those exclusive perfumers. And that is how at the Scent Explorer, we just really connected with multiple perfumers. Mm-hmm. There were quite a few. And we were just we'd love to introduce you to some people. And that's where the interview series was born. So
I remember when we were talking to Pizzaglia, and there were so many people at his booth, and I had him out there, and I was having this. I mean, he gave me about 10 or 15 minutes of.
Yes, he did. No, he really did. Which is, you don't understand it. That was huge because at the time he was up for Perfumer of the Year and Fragrance of the Year. For Sangria and for his whole line, and so everybody wanted to come talk to him. Everybody, I mean, just all the influencers, all the other perfumers, because again, he's other people's goals, in the industry. So it's so the fact that he took all this time to talk.
And I remember telling him hey, I don't know when, but we're gonna talk again. And I said, I'm gonna interview you somehow, and we're gonna bring you to our friends. And in his old Italian way that he does, it was I don't even know if that really translated as much as I would have liked it to then. But he was like, oh, okay. So when I actually was working to schedule him for his interview, and I reminded him hey, 6 months ago, I said we were going to talk again, that was a big deal. And we just wanted to give everybody in our, that we knew the experience of being at Scent Explorer, because not everyone has an opportunity to buy a ticket, fly or drive or take a train or a bus or whatever to New York for a few days, not have to be working or whatever, and get to do all that. And so we just wanted to figure out a way that we could bring that experience virtually to all of our friends.
So having said that, we've had quite a successful series. And I told you earlier, even with the Gold Feed and Banks, when you do something well, it is duplicated. So, right now, what's going on? Folks are looking, they're watching, like, how are you getting, and I mean big names, to show up to your little Facebook group? Because we're not a big group by any means, any stretch of the imagination. So I guess this is kind of like the part we talk about our group now, right? So we're not a big group by design. We want you to feel like you have community and you have access. We also are not a big group because we don't just let, like, big groups become sales groups. That's what they just become. Like, I got this for sale. Oh, I got this for swap. And there's a time and place for that. And we do permit it, but it's not our primary focus, which is even why the folks who sell in our group, they're required to participate. And they do. They bring some of the most interesting aspect to it, because it's not just, here, I got this bottle that retails for $350 and I got it for $200. It's also, hey, this is my favorite one from the line. This smells like so-and-so. Or I started selling this because, like, we've got Derek Barr, an admin, right? One of our admins, he doesn't sell anything, meaning to decant or split or bottles, that he does not love. Mm-hmm. So, he's only going to do certain items because he loves them. The olfactory outlaws, they only bring you bottles or brands that they fall in love with themselves, which is why so much time is spent on R&D. You guys see them. If they're looking at 100 different samples or decants and you only see 5 show up, that means that that's what they feel like is the best of the 100, that they've decided, look, we're going to import this to bring it to you. And please, it's significant cost, and not just cost as in fiscal. It's time. It's a time drain. It's like a rabbit hole. It just is. Help to filling the orders is stressful. You guys saw what happened. No fault of their own. What's going on with customs? What's going on with tariffs? Like, it's a crazy time out here right now. And which is also why our group is not big, because we want to protect you. We don't want, like, we see it in the other groups because we're in the other groups. Oh, I ordered the bottle and it never came. They stopped talking to me. They ghosted me. I don't know why my bottle didn't come, or my bottle arrived and it was broken, or, and then they're like, well, you go make a claim. That's not who we deal with. That's not who we are, but that's also not who we deal with and we permit to sell in our groups. We know that these are people who are going to be responsive. They're going to be quick. You're going to get your tracking numbers. You're going to get your stuff. And that's important to us. We want you to have good experiences in FragrCon because we want you to continue to be fragrance enthusiasts.
Yes, 100%.
So what we got coming up?
Oh my gosh, so many things. In the interview series, we have Chris Collins from the wonderful world of Chris Collins. He has been one of the biggest names in our modern U.S. history for perfumery, and he's been at some events, and Danielle got to meet him, and he's been one of those people that we were like, one day.
Yes. Yes. What, like, and it just because a little bit different because most of the folks that we deal with are the perfumers themselves. So like Michaela, this is her brand and she's out front and it's, from her boutique. So we have a little bit more access. Or, Pizzaglia, clearly, like he was able to just send us bottles that are unreleased. Everybody can't do that. It is his company and his brand, and he's the perfumer. So if he want to send out 10 bottles, he can send out 10 bottles. Who going to check me, boo? But Chris this is a brand that's in Nordstrom, in Saks. He's got fragrances that are exclusive to Nordstrom, fragrances that are exclusive to Neiman Marcus. He's got fragrance brand that are exclusive to his website. He's in Sephora. So he's more mainstream actually than most of the people that we have interviewed. And therefore just more inaccessible. Just, because it's kind of like you got to go through the people. Exactly.
People and he's busy.
Yes. Well, so it's like, yeah. So it's like, it's kind of like, I need you to get with my people to get with your people, and then we can be people,
So it's 100% true.
So,
he was somebody that we've been thinking about and saying one of these days, and we started to kind of, I don't want to say lose hope or lose sight, but we, you, and I don't want to say anybody's low hanging fruit. I don't ever want that, but it's like you go with who you can get,
No,
because,
you go with who's accessible right now.
and
Because a
so,
lot of the times, this is the other thing, Chris doesn't have anything new coming out. So a lot of times when we get perfumers, it's because it's like, especially when you're talking about smaller brands, this is how they advertise. This is how they advertise. They're not going to get a full page, spread on Sephora announcing their new line. They're not going to get Nordstrom telling you this is my new scent. That's not what they're going to get. They're going to get all of us talking about it. They're going to get an influencer talking about it. So they're a little bit more comfortable in the setting. That's what I would say.
right.
Or you got Pizzaglia, who was like, you want me to do what? How does this work? What do you want me to do? But also, he doesn't have to do this. He's the perfumer of the year and, with the fragrance of the year. So he don't need to know how to access the influencers, but also with Chris, he apprenticed at Killian. So he was there for a long time, and Killian is his mentor. So making him kind of like a lineage perfumer, which is a little bit different than what we've had normally.
True.
Except for the perfumer that has done some of Niles's, I forget his name again.
Christian.
I forgot, but that's lineage is the point. He's multi-generational. Or now we've got whose son? Mateo's son is basically going to be the next prodigy, lineage. So, they're coming up in the industry is what I'm saying.
And Zernell's son too.
Huh?
And Zernell's son is following.
Yes, exactly. Who's going to bring us some remixes? I'm here for the remix because, sometimes the remix and bringing something fresh and new to an old favorite. There's a reason that flankers are so big. But so we've not really had many lineage folks. So Chris will be our first one, but he won't be our last because we've also been working on others. So what else we got coming up?
Whew. So we have Hez, which happy birthday, Hez.
Happy birthday. Do you know I still have not opened my, I don't even, because I want to open it on camera, and because he's so busy, he's blowing up, y'all. Y'all better get in on the Hez Parfums before they blow up, because y'all see what happened with the teeth parfums. Y'all blew that up, and now the man then had to take a sabbatical to keep up with the orders.
Yeah. And Profumo de Toti, all three of them are blown.
Yes. Oh my God. I cannot wait to get the Amazonian one. What's it called?
In the Amazon. I have it right here. Hold on.
Because that's my scent profile. And he says that he's coming with Palo Santo, and y'all know how I feel about me some Palo Santo.
So yeah, currently in the islands and lost in the Amazon.
That's it, lost in the Amazon. So, but yeah, so y'all got to get on that. And that's the other thing. We want to introduce you to the perfumers because a lot of times for me, the story helps me understand the fragrance and sells it to me even more.
100%.
There could be, come on. How many scent profiles are there? We've learned about the fragrance wheel and how they overlap. We spent time on that. So, and we're going to go back to it because again, we know we got new people who don't know these things. But, when you start to think about it, or even the argument about dupes or copies, or, is that in FragCom, there's very little that is brand new. There just is. And it's by definition because they're, getting the materials off. And it's all about how you choose to blend it and how you choose to, what you choose to make the primary note, what you want to get out of it in the end. But an example of falling in love with something that I just liked once I understood the story and I understood the fragrance would be in the room for two.
Rum for two.
Room for two.
No, Bacardi, rum for two.
That's it. From Giovanna Rocca, right? Rocca. Because I just liked it when I smelled it. I was like, oh, this is nice. That's what I thought. It's nice. But of course, you tell me something is rum, I'm thinking I'm about to get boozed out the gate. But when he told me it was supposed to be like the morning after in the hotel room with your lover, then I got it. I totally got it. And then I need it. Like now I need it. Like before then I was like, oh, it's just nice because I want to make the memory of being with my lover after, a night of lasciviousness. That's what I want to smell like. And I want to say hello to Kelly Woodard and Tracy Hanton and Sheriel Chitwood. Thank you so much for watching and tuning in. Hopefully, you're getting a little bit more about what we're trying to accomplish. So, who else we got coming in the lineup?
Okay, so we got Hez, we have Chris Collins, Giovanni Rocca, actually the creator of this Run for Two that we're talking about, is coming back for round 2.
Thank you. I felt really bad that it was the worst of our recordings. He had unstable Wi-Fi because we had a lot of times, you guys don't know this, the scheduling, and I give it to Jess, the scheduling. When I told somebody, I was like, when y'all don't understand how hard the work is behind the scenes, for me, coming up with the questions, where are we going to go with it, making sure that I'm more familiar with the line, what the notes are. Because even if we've got samples, like you want to have an intelligent conversation, reading up on it, reading up on the notes, then reassessing it so that we can talk about it like Rum for Two. Like, I was able to tell Giovanna at the time, and he was like, no, that's because it's this. And I was like, oh. Or even come on, we all ran out and bought R&B and Martha's Vineyard because of how Niles and Zernil promoted their fragrances, and we understood where they were going with it. So when I got my nose on both of them, well, with R&B, I was confused, but then I got it. Y'all know we argued about that online about, no, I think it's this. No, I think it's that. And then he was like, you're both wrong. But anyway, so then and then Martha's Vineyard, it was like, oh, I definitely get the calm of the sea and of the old money. And, it was cool. It's just so cool. And I know I already have questions for Chris about 2 in specific that I'm not going to give you now. I have questions about, because I've met him twice. And actually, an example is Daniela's not a fan of like chocolate fragrances. It's just like, But when we really talked about what he was
about Black Cake or some others that you absolutely.
But it's again those aren't like the dark chocolateness of it is not the primary. It's not even a dry down. It's usually a blend.
I have to tell you before I forget. One of those things you said that we test so many, we tested about 40 new samples the other day, and one of them that we found is a dark chocolate cherry.
Now, I could get into that because we know.
I'm telling you specifically, A, because it's cherry, but B, the dark chocolate. And you said you like the Wesker bottle was so beautiful. Mm-hmm. It's this Wesker Rubius, and it's one that we'll bring in, but we want to bring it in a different season. But
it's definitely that don't need to be now. Well, you might want to bring it in now to get ready for the fall, but who knows? But people, they can't seem to have forethought.
We'll wait, but I will tell you, that one knocked our socks off. And Wesker's not an easy line to like.
No, but anyway. They are not. No, they are not. I've actually tried a few. I'm like,
yeah,
but no, it's a beautiful bottle. It's kind of like Tosca vibe. To me, that's a line that I'm like,
yeah, concept of art is nice, but okay, so back to who we have. So the beginning of August, we have Marco and Matteo.
Who are they? They don't all know who they are. No, they're the cutest. They are the cutest.
So Marco Tedeschi, he runs Seven Sisters International. They are a distributor all throughout Italy. And then Matteo Ravati, he owns Perfumex luxury brands in Italy, and they, which is a great niche boutique there. They just finished their remodel, and they had their grand reopening on June 21st, and it was fantastic. I got to see live little videos, and I was sent pictures throughout the process. But they have so many brands that
And I
they
have to just jump in here and brag. I have to brag, okay?
okay.
Because this is the thing, like Jess ain't good at bragging. That's why I'm the PR person, because I'm good at bragging. Because I know what y'all want to know. Because there are people that ask all the time, how are y'all getting this stuff? We're getting this stuff because we have exclusive relationships. There's a reason that we get it first. There's a reason that we get it signed. There's a reason that we know what's coming down the pike. It's because we've been very good at cultivating the relationships. You know, Jess is up in the middle of the night with her Italian translator, making sure that whenever something's going on, that Aroma Affair knows first and has access first. It's not third party. It's not, oh, now you got to pay $100 shipping and y'all got to get together on a group order that may or may not go through, because there's a lot of that going on. You know, we're going to get it. And typically we're going to get it not just first, but a long time first. Like, y'all know, we had the Lorenzo Pizzaglias for close to 2 months before anybody else did, that you could buy them. Like, people could pre-order them and we already had them to go out to you. Similar with the Michaela Mazzetti's. Had them so far in advance, the 1973s. People were like, oh, we want to do a group split. Oh, really? Because we got the bottles. You want some? So it's like, you know, or even there have even been instances, and I'm gonna tell you a little secret. There have been instances where people who joined them group splits, they still couldn't get it and ended up being sent back to us to get the perfume in the first place by the perfumers. So not by some random, like, where the perfumers are like, you really want it, you need to ask them. Like, if you want it in any time soon, you need to go ask them. So again, and this is the kind of access that we are trying collectively to give you, so that you continue to have good fragrance experiences.
Yeah.
So, and that's because, you know, Jess they're all her like Italian boyfriends and girlfriends at this point, literally. They just are, except for, you know, Matteo, because he's not Matteo. Marco, he's mine. I've already claimed him. You know, I'm going to be on the back of a Vespa. Y'all can just walk behind it, because because he got all the cute little personalities, so cute. Oh, and they are all so flirtatious. They are just so cute. They just so cute. They're so Italian. They are so Italian.
They are. We also have Tomlinson coming back from Blackcliff. That will be in August.
So you can look at some of our older videos. Tomlinson. I was one of
you can on YouTube. They're about to go up. So anything that we've done in the past that isn't on YouTube yet is going to get published. So you'll be able to see everything we've done.
Yes.
But yeah, Tomlinson's coming back for round 2. And then September is going to be a big month. We are debuting a newer house. They are blowing up all over Italy right now. And thankfully, the Olfactory Outlaws has an exclusive for distribution for the United States. And we are
you got metallic-y real quick. So tell us that again.
There is a new house that is blowing up all over Italy right now. And we, the Olfactory Outlaws, have distribution rights. And so we're working on getting our testers, and we'll be able to provide samples.
This is what I mean when I tell you they on it, y'all. Come on now. And then what's going to happen is we telling you about it, and then you're going to forget about it. And then some influencer is going to talk about it on TikTok. And then y'all are going to be like, oh, I want that. And we're going to be like, oh, sold out.
Well, they're going to be coming in. Their campaign on social media is insane. I get to see all their posts before they even post them, which has been fun. But I've been diving real deep into their discovery set, and I've been testing every day something new, and each thing.
And my box is supposed to come this week. We thought we were going to have it to be so. Okay, so why is it taking us so long to go live and do this? And why are we doing it on a Monday afternoon, which is the worst time because we know everybody can't be on. But everybody's schedule is crazy. It's been really crazy. So for those of you who don't know, I'm an attorney, like, or as, my partner just came and he said, he's like, I don't know. He's like, allegedly you're a lawyer. He's like, but you spend more time on Stanley cups and perfume and makeup than you ever do on work. And I'm like, he's like, but I know I have a trial coming up. So y'all just ain't going to see me. That's the way it works. You just don't see me because I got a trial coming up. Jess sadly had not been feeling the best. So just, just the wear and tear, no different than, we got Jarian over there, and he done worked himself into not good health right now. So it's saying, it is. You just do that. The stress gets you, right? Justin, it is busy season in construction down there in Florida. Like, it's a busy, busy time. So it's just like we have just been busy. Derek was on vacation. When he came back from vacation, Sharva had gotten married. Like, we just had everything going on, like, Dara and basketball with the kids and coaching, she wasn't available. And then Brandy and the skincare, like, it's skincare season, all the new launches are coming. It's just everybody has been doing everything else. So we didn't forget about you. We make sure we still post and let you know what's coming, but we can't seem to get two people that had the same schedule to do a live.
It's been difficult.
We just couldn't get the live together, which is the reason I've never done my review of Hez, because he wants to do it live. And I'm like, not. Then I called him. He's not available. He texts me. I'm like, I'm not available. Okay, I'm traveling. It's like, all right.
Well, we're going to get it together. September is going to be crazy. We've got that new brand. They're going to do their interview. We have Balaclava is doing their interview.
I can't wait for that one. It's in my box, right? Justin told me it's all in my box.
Yeah.
It's all in my box.
Mm-hmm. And then we have Theodoros Kalatonis, Gourmand King.
Do y'all know who that is? Okay, so we got to let the Gourmands girly know, the girl, because we got to let them know. We got to let them know. I'm trying to, like, still my favorite, that is creme brulee. That's still my favorite that I've really tried. But
I don't know. His new 4 that he just dropped, the peach.
I was gonna say, but I'm very interested. That's exactly where I'm going, because I just told you I'm not a gourmand girly, but they don't seem so gourmand, and I think that's why I'm interested in them. So yeah,
I have them all right here, actually.
Because we've been talking, one of the things we've been talking about is what is gourmand, right? Because I was trying to explain that to you and trying to give you an idea that gourmand is not always what you think it is. Gourmand just means it has a food note to it. It does not mean that you taste like a cupcake or you smell like a cupcake. That's not, I mean, there's some that are like that, but they're not all that are like that. So if you got a creamy vanilla in there, you've got a spicy pepper in there, you got, those are still sometimes considered gourmand, depending upon how they're, where they put that note.
So in case you're wondering, this is I literally just put this together today.
Well, I'm glad, because the struggle was real over there.
Well, but this is only the ones that we're testing for R&D right now to figure out what we're bringing in. so yeah. It's
okay, so you guys don't know. So we have rules for testing, right? So what they do is all the stuff comes in, and the requirement is that the two of them, both Jess and Justin, give a full wear to the fragrance. So then after that, and they whittle it down, then they send them to me. Then we all sit up together and we all have a conversation and decide on, okay, this is going to be it. This is going to be the one. So she's wherever. So that's okay. So
well, I'm here.
That's okay. So because the goal here is you want, they send to me because I'm in a different climate. So when do I think I can wear it? Because, I get 4 seasons here in Philadelphia metro area. They do not. They're in South Florida. So, they can say, I think this will be great in another, but they, there's stuff they necessarily can't wear, or even trying it is too humid or it's too hot and it just doesn't work. So it's a whole process of what's going on. And there's a lot of mail involved. A lot of mail.
Yeah. And I'm so thankful for our mail carrier because they love us. I know a lot of people have problems with the post office, but I have great mail carriers. But anyways, yeah, these 4, these are his new 4. There were splits in all the groups. You probably saw them. And so I didn't join the splits because I didn't want to deal with that. But they have peach macaron. It's very, very peachy. But when I just had speechless and that's super peachy, I was like, I don't know if I need 2 really peachy things right away. This marzipan gourmand is very, very nice. But I will tell you, the tiramisu It is the most photorealistic tiramisu ever. Those of you that don't know, I have a lot of jobs, but one of them, I've been in the hospitality industry my entire life, and I worked in an Italian restaurant for a long time. And tiramisu was something not only have I eaten a lot of, I've actually had to dip my lady fingers in espresso, and I've been covered in mascarpone cream, and I did a lot of tiramisu. And this fragrance is phenomenal. And then matcha. He's got
So
matcha.
that's actually the one I'm the most interested in.
Yeah. So there are a lot of fragrances out there. They keep on trying to do matcha, and it's really, really hard to do matcha well.
Because they get that gritty note wrong.
A lot of times
Like
it's
at the
almost
end, the gritty note. That's what I can just call it.
And this matcha ice cream is exceptional. Justin was all about the tiramisu, thinking that was the winner, and I honestly thought the matcha was such a winner just because I've seen so many matchas done horribly. So anyway, we had to wait till September to get Mr. TK in for an interview because I found out that recently that all of Italy goes on vacation for the month of August. And so they are all actually, TK and Marco are going to be in Crete together for much of the month. And so that's why we're going to wait till September to do his interview. So that's Q3.
Then we've got, and we as business partners, we've got 2 very exciting things coming to you that we still can't tell you about, but we'll be going live from all of those things, and you'll be getting all the video and you'll get to participate that way. But it's still state secrets at this point.
Right. And we have a cruise that's that we're all going on.
Yes, we are going on a Halloween cruise, and we're working on trying to curate some fragrances for the cruise. So as we're like, okay, we're going to be going 5 days, and we're fragrance people. What would you wear for, a bar crawl? What would you wear for an evening out? What would you wear on a cruise ship? What would you wear in the islands for an evening out? So we've been talking about this now for a while based on various collections. And so we're going to just be talking about that with the group. So because we want to talk about even what your input is. What do you think? What do you think we should, what do you, should we bring in body oil? Should we be do we need all of that? Is the salt air going to affect it? Because I'm going to tell you it does. It does.
And what do you pack these fragrances in? So
yes, how do you actually transport them? We're going to talk about all of that because it can be a mess. Actually, my suitcase is ready because I'll be in Vegas next week. And I'll be in Vegas coming to you with some exclusive information and things. Again, more stuff I can't tell you about. But I haven't done anything but pack skincare and worry about what fragrance I'm going to wear. Don't have no clothes. Don't have no clothes. Don't have no jewelry, but worried about fragrance and what lipstick need to go, and basically my outfit that need to go with my lipstick and my fragrance. Having said all that, I actually have some stuff I need to open because that's the other thing that I'm really bad at is opening packages. And for those of you who are new, my partner, I told y'all, he basically even if the mailman don't destroy my packages, him destroys my package because he'd be so disgusted that they come. He damn near drop kicks these boxes. Are you and then it's like a whole bit. I'm tripping over boxes and I'm like, but I have to open them live. He's like, well, when are you going to go live? I'm like, I'm busy. So, because if you didn't open it live, did you even get a package?
Right. Well, let's get it.
Okay, let's open some stuff. Because I made some new friends over there on the TikTok app. The clock app. So I need y'all to follow me, and I need y'all to follow. So y'all need to follow the Old Factory Outlaws, and y'all need to follow the Philly Lawyer Diva. Whatever. I'm going to put it on a thing. I need y'all. We need some followers, because we also want to go live there. And I'm at 1,000, but I don't think the Old Factory Outlaws are at the 1,000. So
on Instagram, we're getting closer.
Yeah, but they can't go live there until they get to 1,000. So the reason I'm telling you that is because I done made friends over on the TikTok app. So now one is Monica Stevenson, Beauty Babe, And she actually sent me, and I didn't get a chance to do the testing. This is what I'm talking about. The Andrea and what is that word? What Andrea and what is it?
Yes, I can't.
Andrea, what is it? Hold on.
I'm in it's the Lost in Paradise, right? Or the
Yeah,
Leader.
I got Lost in Paradise,
Leader.
Sunsplosion, and Malibu at the Bay.
Yes.
Aubrey Duel actually sent me Leisure in Paradise. And this is the thing. All three are beautiful fragrances. They are very beautiful fragrances, but they are an example of
Simone Andreoli.
Thank you. But they are examples of when we just talked about scent profiles and do you need to continue to scent profile? I do. Like I really love Leisure in Paradise, but the longevity on me at this point is not enough for me to say I need to buy it. So first I need to, like I'm playing with a layer. It's a beautiful, beautiful tropical scent. I enjoyed it, but who is sending me boxes and paying $20 to send them? Oh, so that's the other thing. On the TikTok app, I had to teach people how to send stuff because they don't know how. So we had to teach them about pirate shit, and it was really interesting because I was like, she was like, it's going to be $15 to send it. I said, were you sending it from Mars? What are you doing? Like, and of course, like anything else, this is always like, oh, so this is not that. See, so this is the reason it was so expensive because I'm like, why is this box so heavy? And why is it so insured? And why is it marked fragile all over it? So this is from my lawyer girl bestie. As soon as I opened it, I knew exactly what it was and where it's from. Jessica Lemoyne Ross.
Oh, good.
So Jessica is a retired attorney. We became friends playing a stupid game called Sorority Life back in, So in 2009, Michael Jackson died in August and my father died in October. So it was hard time for me. And my parents both succumbed to swine flu, the pandemic that was the one where the kids were impacted. So my mother got sick first. And my mother had a preschool. So remember the kids got sick. So my mom had a preschool and she actually got sick. And my dad said, hey, take her to the hospital. She's not doing well. So I took her to the hospital on Sunday. They kept her. It was very much like COVID. They isolated her. It's very much like that. And it was one of those things, like it was early in swine flu. Like we heard about this thing, but nobody ever knew anybody that had it. And sadly, my mother walked in healthy and she came out on dialysis and in a wheelchair. 3 days after my mother went to the hospital, my father, I found him dead in his bed. So the hardest thing I ever had to do in life was tell my mother that her husband of 49 years died. Like she did not believe me. I had to get the pastor and the funeral director and chaplain to prove she did not believe me. It was a very hard time. So I needed some escapism. And that's when Facebook games were at all-time high. And there was this game called Sorority Life. And I mean, who don't want to mindlessly scroll and make basically paper dummy dresses? That's what we were doing and trading them and whatnot. And I guess Jessica was also a lawyer who hated her life. And we became friends. And we've continued to be friends on Facebook. Well, Jessica's a little bit older than me and she has retired, although she is active in the bar association out there and she does defense work. So I know why she was tired. Okay, come on. And so now she done retired to her beautiful acreage out there where she has strawberry plants and peach trees. And she makes
jam. That's the jam.
She makes jelly. And it is so delicious.
I was out there with you when you talked about that.
So yeah, so I guess she just got and that's a surprise because at this point we have each other's addresses. So thank you, Jessica. My boys love this stuff. It is it is so delicious. I didn't even think about it. I should let you have some when you were here, but
I'll be there next week. You can bring.
But we are really like, oh, you only get this much. I don't know you don't get because it's we have so much of it, and they love it. But RJ, literally, the jam is his jam. So. And specifically, and it was crazy because she had never like done peach. She's like, I can do peach and I can do strawberry. And I'm like, we're come on now, we Southern folks around here. We peach people. And they love it. So didn't know that that's what it was. That came today, Jessica. And I should have known that when I saw that what it was. So I think this is something else. So now I got to take that and put it in the refrigerator because it just came in the heat. So we got to put the jam in the fridge. But of course, it's all sealed up and good to go. But this is the one as I see that it was and you always have to be careful. I want y'all to know this. When y'all opening up these packages from your set brothers and sisters, from me, from all there's always goodies in the box.
Yes, be careful.
Be careful when there's always, because we want to keep each other's addictions going. So we always putting stuff in there. Like here, I'm gonna give you this and sell this to you, but I want you to be addicted. So here, I have this too. Told you.
Ooh.
So Jess got me addicted to this scent. Remember, I just told you clean girl scents are not really my jam. And I think that it really is because, and is it sad that you like literally just have like test strips like sitting on your, on the side of your computer? That's ridiculous. But this really smells like you're visiting the Ritz-Carlton, on Thursday, checking in for your spa treatment. And who doesn't need a bedtime scent, a cozy in the house scent? And I kept smelling this and kept smelling this. And I'm just like, and somebody was decluttering. So thank you, Allison. Yeah.
I just found the holy grail of bedtime scents.
I know. We're not allowed to talk about it yet, right?
No, that one? It's out.
Oh, okay. So tell us about it.
So 1973.
Yes, because that's right. Because that was the one everybody was asking me about. And could you get it? Okay.
Yep. It's called Velour Blanc. And it is the most absolutely incredible fragrance that I might have to get a 200 ml flacon of because I would wear it every night from here on out. It's that good. It's phenomenal. It's salted caramel and coconut, sacred wood and sandalwood, vanilla, labdanum, amber, and musk. It's pretty simple note profile, but there's nothing simple about the fragrance.
So this is the young lady I had to teach how to do the Yes.
So actually Rosario signed 6 bottles for us.
Okay. They're on the way, so.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Because you know that I want that. I don't care. Oh, so that's the other thing. And I guess I need to do a declutter because me and the sample sizes, the snack sizes, they really ain't friends. And the reason is because I lose them. I'm gonna just be real with you. I lose them. That you see her
whole bottle, much less. You lose your whole bottles much less.
Yes, I do. I have 2 whole bottles missing. Don't tell nobody. But this is the reason. So you need to understand. I do have 3 houses. And that's the reason. So I'm like, I always go, oh, well, this is a similar profile. Let me put it over there. Then I forget that it's over there and still bring the profile over there anyway. It's so stupid, but here you go. Or then I'm like, oh, or it's like it's in the back of the car because I was taking it from one house to another. And then we have multiple cars and I forget what car it's in. And like, I'm a mess. Okay. I'm not the best organized, whatever. Okay. You ready, Jess?
I'm ready.
Bam.
Ooh. Wow.
So we love this. The Southern Bloom is a rare flower that only grows in Australia. And it was a hard to get bottle for a while. It's more accessible now. But for a while, Sunset Bloom was really hard to get here from the Goldfield and Banks line. And somebody was decluttering her for like $50. So I was like, mine.
It's a good price. Oh my God.
Yes. So it was less than $60 shipped. But when she told me it was $15, I was like, no, let's talk. Because I don't think so. I was like, I'm gonna send you a label. Okay, because I'm gonna just send you a label, baby. So altogether, she was less than $60. And I am ready. She's going to Vegas. This is definitely going to Vegas.
Just
I
remember,
have been in love with this. Now I want the Pacific Rock flowers, by the way.
Yeah, just remember it's super hot in Vegas now, so you're gonna have to probably just extra spray.
But again, so what I do when I've got to spray a lot is I tend to go for things that I love, but also that didn't cost me an arm and a leg. I'm not that person. Like, I am not gonna go out there with my Talia or my Atlantide, which it'll be perfect weather for, but yeah, they $700 bottles to replace. So yeah, we're not gonna do that. But this that I paid, $60 for, we gonna spray it to death. Okay. So yes, this is going to be my going to dinner with the girls, because it's the ladies going, ain't no men. So I ain't got to be sexy, but I got to be cute.
I love that.
Okay. Did I tell you that I finally got her?
I can't see what it is.
I know, right? Me and my lights.
The Pretend?
The Pretend Blanc.
Yeah.
So this is from our friend over at Perfumology, Near. This thing had been sold out forever, and I think y'all will see that it's starting to show up at some discounters now. But it's another one of those where it blew up. They had done a limited run on it, and it's still, now they've got they had a quality control issue. Bottles got called back, and now they've got ingredients issue. And I told y'all that I've been kind of on my clean girl. This is a beautiful, almost gourmand clean girl. That's the best I can tell you. Oh, wow. Wait a minute. That's a hard cat. Okay.
Wait a minute. Katie's on here, and she said she was holding what you're holding before. So I don't know which scent she was holding. I don't know if it was the Pacific.
She's holding it? What? She's holding it for me?
All right. So wait a minute. Katie was just on here, and she just opened her package. So I don't know. Something in her package must have been something that you have.
Hey, Katie, tell me what you just got. What you just got, Katie? What you just got? Maybe the Pretend Blanc. Or I guess the Southern Bloom.
Yeah, probably Southern Bloom. Because she loves her flowers.
Yeah, maybe the Southern Bloom. Interestingly, room service had been being decluttered I've been trying to get, this, I've been trying to get it for about a month. I just refuse to pay retail. So, and I love a good declutter. Because also I am a bit into sustainability. If you don't want it and I want it, I'd rather just, keep it in the community than just send out some more bottles to, but it's got to be the right price.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Katie Bowman has a birthday this month. Yes. And so she wanted to do a birthday discovery set. And yes. So she actually just got our package today. And that's what she was saying in the comments, is that she got our package. She's very, very excited. One of those, the Southern Bloom, is part of it. And she'll be posting all of her thoughts on everything she got later. But she said this whole stranger danger doesn't apply that we were talking about earlier, because we're scent sisters. So even if she were to come meet up with us, it'd be fine if we came to Kansas or Kansas City, because we're scent sisters. Doesn't matter that we had never met before.
Well, thank you, Katie. We'll be coming, because, we clearly don't have nothing else to do besides run around and smell perfume all over the world and country. I'm trying to tell you, these two are winners. So who we got on here? Hey, Mikey Blaylock. We were just talking about you.
Hey, Mikey Blaylock.
No, we were just talking about you. I can't wait to get this new Palo Santo scent. Because that's, now Jess will tell you, that's my scent profile. That is just my scent profile. Now, this is the ridiculousness, right? So this is ridiculousness, because I know this is ridiculous, because this came from Warehouse Manager. Are y'all ready for the level of stupid that this is? You ready? You ready for what I bought? Because I know what this is.
Oh, there it is.
Okay, but you don't understand how stupid it is. Are you ready? Are you ready for how stupid it is?
I'm ready.
Can you see it? Let me turn my light down.
No,
Right
it's here.
Let me turn my light down.
Yeah,
Right there.
it's a mirror. I love it. La 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 la.
Body Butter Smurfs by Fenty.
Love that.
Smurfs by Fenty. So Rihanna is doing the voice of Smurfette in the Smurfs movie.
Oh, cute.
And this thing is sold out everywhere. So I had seen it on Fenty.com. This is Fenty.com. And I was like, oh, I was like, is this stupid? Is this stupid that I want this? I'm too old to be trying to go get some Smurf stuff. Why was the stuff sold out in 24 hours? I was so salty.
You know, I drink out of rainbow bright cups. And
you know I'm obsessed with the Smurfs.
Do you know
I'm obsessed with the Smurfs?
Yes, I do.
So I'm obsessed with the Smurfs, like you're obsessed with Rainbow Bright. I mean, with yeah, I'm
but
obsessed
Care Bears, I got everybody. My Little Pony. I'm all reliving my childhood every day.
So you like? I'm gonna hang my Smurf lip gloss.
I want that one. What's that color?
She's a color changing purple.
You should have bought me one of those.
I had to get you one, and I had to get.
Well, I send you stuff. You should send me.
No, I'm just saying. So so it's only available on the damn TikTok shop. This is the lip. This is the creamy, but that's okay. It's on sale with free shipping. So let me see if they still got it. Let me see.
All right. I'll just send you money.
Because this is literally what I was running around doing, is trying to get and I was so excited because it's sold out at Ulta. Sephora is not getting it. So I was like, but this particular set, because clearly I need the Fenty Beauty by Smurfs mirror, because I ain't used a handheld mirror in 30 years, but clearly I need to use one now. Okay.
That's me snorting on camera. I love that. That's me snorting on camera. Oh my God.
Okay, so the reason this is more ridiculous is the only time that you use any kind of handheld mirror is when you're putting on eyelashes. And I do feel like Smurfette was putting on eyelashes. Have you ever seen her eyelashes?
Yes.
So I'm be out here with my Smurf mirror.
I love that.
Don't hate the player, hate the game. So now I got to see whether or not they have any left on the TikTok shop, because it really is sold out everywhere.
That's so funny.
Okay. And sadly, because I'm so ridiculous, the TikTok shop has also sold me the other stuff that was sold out, which is Body Lava by Fenty, which is because who don't need to be a glowing gold goddess in the summer like me in the TikTok shop? We're not. This is the thing. First of all, y'all know I have a sleep shopping thing. Have I ever told you? I've told y'all about sleep shopping.
Mm-hmm.
And that I don't even be paying attention, which is also why I'll be like, oh, what's coming? I don't know. The sleep shopping has occurred, and the TikTok shop, I'm like, you can just hit buy now, and I don't even know what card it charges, but it just comes, and it comes to the house. And then, you know, you got to do Ulta hauls and Ulta hauls and Sephora hauls. And of course, first let me give you my TikTok shop hauls. Because this I did open. This is my TikTok shop haul. Because, you know, since I'm not allowed to go to Target, I got to use the bag for this. So here, one size was doing buy one get one free setting powders, and these things are always sold out at Sephora, and they're $35 each. So buy one get one free plus free shipping. Clearly, I need to buy this. Okay. And I need to be moisturized. The EOS lotions. Okay. Yes, the EOS lotions were on sale for $5.99 plus free shipping. So I had to get all of them colors because I can't go to Target no more, and that's what I usually get from Target. Okay, good, because I was looking for this. Then my iPods, my AirPods, been looking for them. And then Kapari, they had their sunscreen, their spray sunscreen that was on. See the TikTok. I was like this. So now I got to be on the TikTok shop buying stuff I don't need. What is this? Oh, so this is my girlfriend that's the makeup artist sent me stuff to try. She brought it over. Erica Kovacs, you know Erica. Mm-hmm. So she, because you got to give me cute little heart-shaped powder puffs, and the newest from Huda Beauty. And Derek, I went to a party. This is a big hit. And then these are sold out in Sephora too, and I got that for the TikTok shop. And this actually, I thought this was so stupid, but it actually turned out to be, it's setting powder and blush, and you mix them together in one. Beautiful, because the Charlotte Tilbury powders are beautiful. Okay. What else we get?
You got any more fragrance?
Huh?
You got any more fragrance to open?
I don't know. I have no idea what the hell's in here.
Oh my God.
I am literally like, I'm in here just like you, like, oh, because this is like Tales of Shopaholic. Okay, no, TikTok shop, there you go. So this is the setting powder that I use, the setting spray, and now it comes in waterproof. So it was only on the TikTok shop for the waterproof one, so I had to get that. And here's, this is what I was looking for. My Smurfs lipstick, you'll love it. You ready? And it stays forever. You'll love it. Are you ready for the Smurfs lipstick?
Yes, I'm ready.
She's a watermelon lip stain.
I'm going to need that one.
She's the watermelon lip stain.
I'm going to need that one. I've never bought anything off a TikTok shop.
Don't start.
No, I'm not. That's why I'm going to let you do it, and then I won't do it.
Don't start, okay? Because I'm just like, oh, this makes perfect sense. Then there's the other one on TikTok shop. They be having little secret duos. So like they don't sell anywhere else. So here, like, I'm obsessed with Fenty Beauty, whatchamacallit faces. Here you go. So here's the exclusive color from TikTok shop. So clearly I need the liner and the lip gloss. I mean, the lips. So this is really problematic. Leave me alone. And then I wanted one of these, the Makeup Forever thing, and they was on sale at the TikTok. Oh, and this is the thing. So y'all need to know this, because sometimes they have fragrance on there and they be like, oh, it's half off. It's never half off. It's $12 off. So then I learned this the hard way. So I thought you filled up the cart and that you got $12 off of every item. No, it's $12 off the order and free shipping. So I be placing 10 orders. That's why I never know what's coming, because it's like, then I check out and then I wait till the coupon come up again. Then I do 50%. Like I put the thing up for all the stuff I want. And then every time the 50% off comes, then I take it off. And this is how I stay up all night long with dumb shit, basically. So that was the last of the fragrance, because there's a whole bunch of makeup over there, unless you just want to see all the makeup. But this is a fragrance group.
Yeah. I'm sad to say I actually have to get going.
Yes, I actually do as well, because we went for exactly an hour and a half. These things always go for an hour and a half. We're like, oh, it's gonna be real quick. It's always an hour and a half.
I know.
It's always that. And then when we do the perfumers, y'all don't know. It's an hour and a half for y'all and another 35, 40 minutes for us, because then they want to talk to us afterwards. How do we think that? It's always so much fun. We love you guys, and we just wanted you to know we're working hard for you. Continue to invite your friends, because you did a good job. Like literally 500 people in 3 weeks. So if we can get another 500, be ready for our big giveaway. Mm-hmm. But we actually got some little surprises coming to you in the next week as well. So I'll actually announce one today, as a matter of fact, because I've actually already gotten it together. So I need to contact the winner and tell her what she won.
All right. Well, we thank you guys for joining us. And we'll do this again very, very soon. But if you have any questions, concerns, brands that you want to see on these interviews,
yes, you got to tell us about the brands that you want to see. That part. We don't want to just be focusing because sometimes there's stuff that you guys see and hear other places, and we have access. We just don't know if that's something you want.
Yeah. So yeah, we invite your input and we thank you so much. And we hope that you are having a great time in our family. And that's all.
And I'm going to just tell you, throw 3 sprays in a circle for yourself, because you are the best Facebook social media group ever.
Bye, everyone.
Okay, so we ended that. Hold on.
Yeah, my stepdaughter's calling.